Guys, a new screen must be visible, right? Is it? Okay. So, namaskara, good morning once again to all of you. Vanakkam, Someshwar. Okay. So, in our last lecture, I think we were understanding chapter number 3, that is money market, unit number 2, concept of money supply. Correct? Now, we'll try to memorize everything in the class as I told you already. So, I think you should be knowing already what is the meaning of money supply. It should not be difficult for you. After that, I think we understood rationale of money supply. Yeah, money supply is important. Yes, it is important for understanding the monetary developments as well as to analyze the framework for monetary policy. After that, sources. Yes, Rishabh, correct. Sources we understood. Two sources I spoke about. Two sources, right? First one was RBI, that is central bank. Yes, Mahesh. And second one was commercial banking system. By the way, guys, if you remember, first one, when RBI or central bank is printing the money, it is called as high-powered money. And when commercial bank is rotating the money, it is called as credit money. Okay, credit money. After that was measurement of money supply, right? Measurement of money supply. In measurement, guys, we understood M1, M2, M3, M4, right? That was monetary aggregates. Then it was new monetary aggregates, NM1, NM2, NM3. And lastly, it was liquidity aggregates, L1, L2, and L3. Correct? Till here, I think we have studied. Did we understand anything else? Monetary base. Okay. Reserve money also completed. Fantastic. So we are in a very safe position, students. Going good. Okay. Let's go ahead today. We are going to understand two topics in this unit. With that, our unit number 2 will be over. What are that two topics? First one is going to be determinants, which is very small topic, very small, minute, like not more than 2 to 3 minutes it will take. But the major topic which we are going to understand right now will be our money multiplier concept, right? It will be a major chunk of our unit number 2, I would say, but it's easy at the same time. And of course, after that, we will go with our unit number 3. We won't be able to complete that, but some part of unit number 3 we will understand today, and then the rest we will understand in the next lecture. So that is how our chapter number 3 comes to an end. So that's the planning, basically. That's the agenda, right? So yeah, on that note, let us all begin. And you can grab your coffee and sit and relax and study. Okay, you need not hide or don't switch off the camera. Just relax. Whatever you want to have food. Just don't have popcorn and Pepsi. Now Chirag, this is going perfect. Okay, start. Only that thing try to avoid, because I will be feeling lonely by sitting here. I have to pretend. Yeah, you always do that. And that's amazing. That is how it should be, right? So in between, whenever I also grab a glass of cup of coffee, this is not coffee, but anyways, so just we can do cheers, virtual cheers. We can celebrate and we can. That was a technique to actually complete whatever I had left in the glass. Now let's go ahead. Okay. Yeah, Kushal, actually it should be. So, my dear friends, we are understanding now determinants of money supply. Determinants of money supply. Thank you, Rishabh. Now, money supply, when we say determinants, it is nothing but the factors which influence the level of money supply, basically. Right? Factors which influence the level of money supply. Has it ever happened with you that when you wake up, you are tired? It happens a lot. Let me know if anyone is having solution to this, you know. Acha, okay. Someshwar is saying after bath it will become okay. A coffee shot maybe. Start sleeping early. Okay, wake up in cycles. Meditation. And that's a good practice. I used to practice meditation in what say lockdown period. I used to practice meditation for around 10 to 12 hours every day. I used to go into Nidra Avastha and no one can even disturb me. Amazing level of meditation. Now I hardly meditate to 4 to 5 hours. Listen Daler Mendi song. Ah, that's an amazing idea, you know. We should play it in the class actually. In the morning lecture. Whenever the lecture is 6:30, we should meet at 6:20. So Daler Mendi, first of all, we should do some Tara Rara and then start the lecture. Okay. See Radhe movie. I don't believe in committing suicide. I am against that. Okay. But anyways, I was asking, I will tell you why. Because today it happened so, you know, when I got up in the morning right around 6 o'clock, maybe I slept late. That might be the reason. Today CA foundation examination is going on, you know, and today is economics. So I'm really worried. I don't know. You know, like I don't know if you will be able to understand, but I just thought of sharing with you guys. When you are writing an examination, you are taking your responsibility, correct? But when all of you are writing the examination, you know, I really become very nervous. Like from a teacher's point of view, if you understand this, I don't know what will be asked in the paper, how students are going to attempt that. Ha, dil dhak dhak kind of thing. I can't tell you here. So, you know, because of that, that has made me really anxious. It happens annually, you know, around 4 to 6 times whenever your exams are there. So CA foundation, CA inter, I, you know, I become, it makes me very, what's say, uncomfortable, anxious. Now you would say, sir, foundation paper is very easy. You can say because you have cleared. After clearing CA inter, you will say CA inter is also very easy. Okay. So, but students who are appearing for foundation examination from their point of view, if you understand what they are going through, my goodness. You know, so from yesterday, continuously, I am solving, you know, day before yesterday, in fact, not even yesterday, once they completed their previous paper, paper three, I have been getting so many messages regarding doubts and everything. So I'm unable to sleep only. But anyway, that will not impact my lecture, of course. So, but just telling you, know, so that, you know, we understand each other better. It's only 3 more hours and they will be done. Yeah, Himanshu, I know, but you know, this is the pressure. I thought when I become a teacher, I will not be having any pressure. You know, and it is everyday performance pressure I have. But anyway, I think that is how it should be ideally. That's good. It's a good, no? I should be, you know, I'm on the right track, isn't it? Like how you ask, sir, as a student, are we doing right? So teachers also should get the feedback, you know. Yeah, yeah, Sai. On the results, I'll be very happy, you know, especially when I get the messages. And that I expect from you also, okay? Let's set the expectations very right in a relationship. Mm. So, chalo. So determinants, in between, we will keep on interacting like this, okay? On, off, on, off. Thank you, Rishabh. So now, when we talk about determinants of money supply in the country, friends, when we talk about India as an economy, you know, in India, the money supply can increase, it can decrease. And money is a powerful thing in the country because every person in the country is rushing for it. But unfortunately, in our education system, we don't understand the art of money. Do you want me to touch this deeply, or yeah? See, in India, you don't understand financial literacy. And the financial gurus in our childhood are our parents, unfortunately. So, and Indian families, friends, Indian families, more than 95% of the families in our country, they believe in savings. Well, I'm not saying that is wrong. Savings is good, but up to what extent, right? In other countries, they say what is savings? It is income left after consumption. In other countries of the world, they say what is savings? You must have studied in chapter number 1, S is equal to Y minus C. Income left after consumption is savings, right? But when we talk about India, in India, it is completely opposite. Consumption is the income left after savings. Am I right or no? You only tell me. In India, when people get income, they don't first think about consuming. They first think about how much we should save out of this. And then if anything is left, we will consume. Hey, what is this, Baba? This is not how an economy can be built. An economy can be built when it is spending more than it is saving. Because everyone gets opportunity. Yeah, Danesh, I completely agree. Mentality of saving for the future. See, the entire ecosystem which we have created in the financial literacy world of Indian middle class family, it is wrong. And you need to correct this from your generation. What happens? Right from childhood, the parents try to save for the kids. Father would try to save it in FD. Mother will try to make some gold. And then for the entire growing years, parents would say the same thing to every kid. Whatever we are doing, it is for you. We have sacrificed our life for you. Who asked you to do that? And chalo, then also you have done. Okay, fine. Hmm? My parents also, when I was growing up, they said, we are, for your career, for your future, we have sacrificed everything. And I was like, oh, you are saying as if for trip you would not have gone to Mahabaleshwar, you would have gone to Mauritius. For my career, you have saved. Huh? So don't, of course, we don't want to hurt their sentiments, but we need to understand the financial literacy here. We can't say stay in the same world. What happens, there are some people who are the path breakers, who find their way and become the top notch entrepreneurs of the country. And when they lead to that position, and of course, that inequality will be there in the country, you cannot remove that. Inequality is meant to be there because there will always be few skilled people who will surpass all other unskilled people. Now, if you surpass the income level and you become rich, that doesn't mean that you are at fault. After working so hard, students, you reach to a position, and after that, what happens? For the people who have not been skilled, for the people who have not believed in development, for them, you will be penalized by increasing the level of tax on the rich. And because now we have to pay more tax, the most talented people of the country will leave India. This is exactly what is happening. We need to change. We need to understand the money mechanism. We need to understand the system, how money is operating, how money is flowing from abroad to our country, from our country to abroad. So when we are talking about money supply, of course, there will be some external factors which will influence our money supply. Do you agree to this or no? And there are some internal factors also. Now, internal factor means what? Within the ecosystem, that is our parents, we, public, and the commercial banks. The way the banks and the public react, it will be the internal factors. But external factor is not restricted to a particular institution or a particular person, because the entire world is open. As as soon as I say this word external, external means except India, everything, the entire universe is taken into consideration. So it is not even micro, it is more than sorry, it is not even macro, it is more than macro level. Right, isn't it? So friends, when we talk about exogenous or external factors or internal factors, what are they that I am expecting from you? I will write down the heading and then you think about it and start answering. Okay. So there are two factors or two determinants which will influence our money supply. Number one, it can be exogenous factors. That is, exogenously it can affect, or it can affect endogenously. Now I need to know from you students, what are the exogenous factor and what are the endogenous factor? Exogenous means exogenous, external, and endogenous is within the country. Okay. FDI, Sahil is saying. Okay, I'll write it down, no? Whatever you are saying. Okay. So FDI, then different kinds of investments which are done, export and import. Sorry, I'm not able to take your name as there are too many answers and I want to copy down the answers. Level of bank reserves, government policies, interest rates. Let me take interests. FII, yes, FII. Inflation level, okay. Donations, gift, charity, etc. Forex, central bank, okay. Fantastic, students. I think all of you are absolutely correct, and this list can go on and on and on. Okay, the answers that you are giving. Unfortunately, I'm not able to take all of them. I've just taken a few out of them, so that doesn't mean any of your answers are wrong. Okay, all of you are right. Now, FDI. See, when FDI does investment in our country, it will be in dollars or it will be in euros. It will be in pound. Now, dollars coming into our country, will it influence the level of money supply in India? Do we have dollars rotating in the country? No. Only when the dollars get converted into rupees, that will affect our money supply. Correct, no? So, who will convert that dollars into India? Though FDI is investing, but in India, who is going to convert that? RBI. Correct, guys. Friends, you are right. Absolutely right. I take that. Okay. Exports and imports. Whenever you are doing exports and imports, you will have to give money, you will have to take money, but they will not accept rupees. They will be accepting dollars. So let's suppose if you are paying in dollars at that time also, when you are making the payment, where will you get dollars from? Again, from central bank. Like you can take it from commercial bank, but commercial bank will take it from central bank, right? So it will be RBI. All right. Okay. FII, it will get converted only through RBI gifts, donation, whatever we are receiving in foreign currency, it will also be getting converted. So can I say RBI is nothing but like a gate pass, like a gatekeeper? For all these things, only one thing will be affected, and that is nothing but RBI. So RBI becomes the exogenous factor directly. So it can be n number of things, but it will enter into our India only through one institution, that is RBI. So rather than considering 100 different things, we will consider only one, that is RBI. Makes sense to all of you, right? Okay. And similarly, endogenous, who has the power to increase or decrease the level of money supply internally in the country. So it is we people who save money. Do you remember the last lecture example? 1 crore rupee you deposit in the bank, then that bank will again give that as the loan, as credit. Then that money will again come to the bank, again it will be given as loan. So this goes on happening again and again, again and again, again and again. That is credit money. So it is people, the public, who is saving the money in the banks, and because of that the commercial banks are going on creating more and more money. So when commercial banks are creating more and more money, they are endogenous part, that is internal part. So here I will take it as commercial bank. So there are two determinants of money supply. One is exogenous, the other one is endogenous. Exogenous will be the RBI and endogenous would be the commercial banks. You will find it very similar from what we have understood in sources of money supply. Yes or no? Very similar. Of course, the sources itself will be determinants. Here we are just talking about the causes, right? So causes will be from multiple sources, but the effect is through only RBI and through commercial banks, right? So that's the what say determinants of money supply. Comfortable with this entire part? Simple answer, isn't it? Worth 2 marks in our examination. So one paragraph you will write about exogenous, one will be about endogenous, and 2 mark in your pocket. Let's go ahead. Money multiplier. Money multiplier. Person A deposits 1 crore rupee in ICICI Bank. That 1 crore rupee is given as loan to Mr. B. Somehow it again rotates back to ICICI Bank. There might be various channels in between, but this 1 crore again leads to ICICI. ICICI again gives that loan to Mr. C. 1 crore rupee. Again that comes back to ICICI. Again ICICI Bank will give as loan to Mr. D. Now, see this. A thinks its money is parked with ICICI. So ICICI is having a liability of 1 crore here. Here also ICICI is having a liability of 1 crore. Here also ICICI is having a liability of 1 crore. From the initial deposit of 1 crore rupee, can I say ICICI has created a credit money of 3 crores, yes or no? So due to credit money, what has become to our money supply? How much is our money supply at the current moment? Yes, friends, you are right. Absolutely. Thank you, Someshwar. The money supply right now is nothing but 3 crore rupees. Now this 3 crores is monetary supply, but how much is the monetary base? How much is the monetary base? Monetary base is the initial amount that we had. It is nothing but 1 crore. So this 1 crore rupee is monetary base. Money supply is 3 crores. So how many times did the money get multiplied? 3 times. So when we talk about times, how many times, it is called as money multiplier. Simple. So what is money multiplier? See this, I will tell you the formula. Money multiplier is nothing but money supply upon monetary base. So this money multiplier, we will put it as small m. Money supply will be capital M, and MB is nothing but monetary base. So that becomes our formula for money multiplier. The number of times the money gets multiplied into money supply, it is called as money multiplier. Simple. You can copy this, please. Someshwar, that is your love towards ICAI. But don't write it in examination. Okay, ICAI doesn't do the money supply. Danish is asking a very important question. Muskmelon has said that import duty is highest in the world in India. So what should be the remedy to reduce it? The solution is very simple. Come in India and start producing. Come, no. That you don't want to do, and then you want to complain. Don't listen to all these buggers. And it's okay, let them not enter. We will have Tata Motors doing our own EVs. Okay, Mahindra Bajaj will make our own EVs. Don't worry. And of course, when it comes to trust and reliability, whom will we trust more? Is it Ratan Tata or Elon Musk? So, uncomparable. So, don't worry about it. Yes, Gayatri, I completely agree. Shall we go ahead? Done with this part? Amazing. Now, there is one subheading, students, that we need to understand. Please write down the money multiplier approach. To supply of money. The money multiplier approach to supply of money. Now, friends, this particular concept was given by Milton Friedman and Anna Schwartz in 1963. Okay, so you can just remember Milton Friedman and Anna Schwartz is slightly difficult. If you understand, then it's fine if you recollect. In the year 1963. Now, according to them, money multiplier can be influenced because of three types of behaviors. How many behaviors? Three behaviors. Try to by heart right now itself. What are the three behaviors that will influence the level of money supply? Number one is behavior of central bank. Behavior of central bank. Second one is behavior of commercial banks. Second one is behavior of commercial banks. Third one is behavior of public. So these are the three behaviors. behavior of central bank, behavior of commercial bank, behavior of public. Now, how these behaviors are going to influence our level of money supply in the economy, that we need to understand. So very interesting topic, but very conceptual topic. Okay, I will not say easy. I will say conceptual. Why I'm not terming it easy, because when you start looking at the points, you will see, it is very easy, but you need to know the explanation behind that easy part. Right? And you will understand that when I start solving the first one itself, behavior of central bank. So let's begin. We'll just write down this approach was introduced in the year 1963 by Milton Friedman and Anna Swartz. Guys, just excuse me 1 minute, I'll be back. Sorry, someone was at the door. Did the glass break? No, no, it did not. Somebody had visited my farmhouse. Yeah, I tell you. The neighbors, they come and ask for sugar. Okay, let's go ahead. Now, according to this approach, according to this approach, money supply can be influenced due to following three behaviors. Number one, behavior of central bank. Behavior of central bank. Now, what do you mean by behavior of central bank? It is basically influence due to stock of high powered money. Stock of high powered money. Now, friends, the explanation is quite simple here. Can you please tell me how high powered money is going to influence our money supply? Like, let's say if the high powered money increases, if RBI prints more money in the market, what will happen to the money supply in the economy? It will stay constant, it will fall, or it will increase? Okay, all of you are saying when RBI prints more currency, so the money supply will increase. Very good. You are absolutely right. And when the high powered money is less, the money supply will also be less. So there is direct relationship between these two things. But let me tell you one more thing, students. You are absolutely correct in this, but you are correct by chance, not by concept. This was just a guess kind of thing which you have done. Sir, but we applied our logic. If RBI prints more money, it will come into the market and money supply increases, no? It's quite logical. That is what we thought. You assume that behavior of central bank, when it changes, if they change the behavior, if they are supplying more money in the market, if they are printing new currency in the market, you assumed that behavior of commercial bank and behavior of public will remain constant. That as soon as the commercial banks get more money, as soon as the public gets more money, they will also include this additional money in the flow and money supply will increase. That was your assumption. Are you understanding? You assumed that people will not try to hoard money when they get excess money. Because if they try hoarding the money, money supply will have no impact. All of you right now, consider yourself as commercial banks or general public. I am RBI. I am printing currency and giving it to you. Simple. I am printing currency, giving it to you. You start hoarding. You start keeping that money as reserves at your home. What will happen to the money supply? Will it increase? Then your answer is wrong. See this. But at the same time, let's suppose if I print more money, high powered money increases in the market, which is quite logical, and you start behaving in the same manner that you were behaving earlier. If you are behaving in the same manner that you were behaving earlier, then the money supply increases. Understood? Okay. See, I will tell you a very simple explanation. Anyone in for black coffee? Black coffee. You like black coffee, anyone? Oh, quite a few. Okay, even if you don't like, can you, do you know how to make? It's very simple, right? I'm not asking you to make filter coffee. I'm asking you to make instant coffee, let's say. So how I make it, I will tell you. Okay, and I prefer my coffee as black. So I will tell you about my recipe. It's very basic, very simple, and you know that. So first of all, boiled water, add coffee to it, and then stir it. Simply stir it. Okay, and then add some sugar. Add sugar and keep stirring. If you keep it stirring, the coffee is ready. It will be sweetened, yes or no? So I can drink that coffee. Second example, hot boiling water, then add coffee to it, just stir it, then add sugar to it. But after adding the sugar, I stopped stirring it. And then I tried to have that coffee. Can you tell me, is the coffee ready? No. It is not sweetened, right? Sugar has not created any impact in the coffee. Why? Because I changed my behavior. Water is public. Coffee powder is commercial bank. They were behaving in a particular manner. They were behaving in a particular manner. Sugar came in, that is high powered money came in. If their behavior continues in the same manner, then it gets diluted in the economy, and economy accepts that money and the money supply increases. But commercial bank and public were behaving in a certain manner, they were stirring. As soon as the sugar came in, their behavior changed. They stopped stirring. The excess money, that is the sugar, did not become part of the system. Money supply had no impact on the economy. Are you understanding? 100% understood this, right? What did you understand? Making coffee or money supply? That is more important, right? Okay. Both, okay. So yeah, try it. All right. All right, let's go ahead. And one more advice from my side, if possible. Okay, I'm not saying like that. When you are making black coffee, okay, instead of sugar, try adding hazelnut syrup 1 spoon instead of sugar. Hazelnut syrup. Ah, unfortunately, I couldn't take hazelnut syrup example. I will tell you the reason. Because it gets diluted on its own, even if you don't stir it. So my scam will be exposed. So I can't take that risk. Okay, so I took sugar. Anything for chai. Uh, it's coming. In some example, I'll try to add that also. Are you a chef? Yes. Yes. Chef Chirag, you know. Okay. So I keep on switching roles. You should be knowing all the things. Who knows, who has uh, in the future. So I am master chef of this house. Okay. Let's go ahead, friends. Next one. Please write down point number 2. Behavior of commercial bank. Now, there is a small condition, friends. When we are talking about commercial bank, at that time, think only from commercial bank's point of view. Hmm? How is commercial bank's behavior going to influence the level of money supply? Think from a bank manager's perspective, okay? You will try to create less credit money, or you will try to create maximum credit money. Maximum, because that is how you make profit. See, whatever we are learning right now, maybe 5 years down the line, you are going to practically apply that. And the same thing, friends, if let's suppose leave 5 years, next year you can apply that if you're going for bank audit. In bank audit, you will be asking the bank manager, how much how much monetary base you get from RBI and how do you convert it into money supply? How much is the money multiplier ratio? How much is the credit ratio? And when a person of your age questions a bank manager or a regional manager or a divisional manager like this, they get impressed and they try to share more efficiency. And their sharing of knowledge, sharing of efficiency with you guys, your knowledge also expands. Right? So, next year, if you, by any chance, if you join audit, and if you are going for bank audit, then this will be of great help, I feel. So anyway, so now we are talking about behavior of commercial bank, friends. Now, behavior of commercial bank is definitely impacted because of one thing, and that is reserve ratio. Do you agree to this? Reserve ratio, by the way, it is set by RBI. It is compulsory reserves that you have to maintain either with RBI or with yourself. When you are maintaining it with RBI, it is called as CRR. And when you are maintaining it with yourself, it is called as SLR, right? CRR, SLR. Are you friendly with these words? Okay. So when we are talking about CRR, SLR, I will name them as expected reserve ratio, not even expected, let's name it as only reserve ratio. For the time being, I'm calling it as reserve ratio. If RBI has asked you to keep more of reserve ratio, that is CRR and SLR, if RBI has asked you to keep more, can you tell me what will be the impact on money supply then? Fantastic, guys. You are amazing here. I think your batch is the one where I take the lowest efforts. You know the answer. So if the reserve ratio is high, money supply will be less. And if money, if let's suppose the reserve ratio RBI decreases, of course, we will have more money to be supplied in the market. So money supply will expand. So there is, I think, inverse relationship here. Yes. Now, see this, friends. The reserve ratio which we are talking about here, it is nothing but the required reserve ratio. Now, what is required reserve ratio? It is compulsory to maintain. Who said to whom? RBI said to commercial banks. Understood, no? Simple. If you're comfortable till here, then we go ahead. Okay. Now, let me take this one step ahead. Prabhu, I'll explain that. See, I will tell you, friends, what is CRR, what is SLR. CRR means cash reserve ratio. SLR means statutory liquidity ratio. Okay. I assume that everyone must be knowing this, but I'm sorry, it should not be like that way. I'll explain you. We are going to understand CRR and SLR in the next lecture. So I will not be explaining you in detail because that is part of monetary policy. But right now I'll give you an idea about it. CRR is one type of ratio which every commercial bank has to compulsorily maintain with RBI. SLR is the ratio out of every deposit every commercial bank has to maintain with itself. So for example, let's suppose if I get 1 crore rupee as deposit, CRR is 5%, SLR is 15%. So out of that 1 crore rupee, 5 lakh rupees, I will have to compulsorily keep with RBI as CRR, and 15 lakh rupee, I will keep it with myself, that is SLR. Total 20 lakhs is the required reserve ratio. Simple now? No confusion, great combination. Okay. Now, I want to ask one thing to you. Is it necessary that my actual reserve ratio will be equal to the required reserve ratio? Can it be less than the required reserve ratio? Can I maintain less than what RBI has asked me to do? No. If any bank manager or any bank CEO also tries to do that, then only one small thing RBI will do, will change their address. So managing director, CEO or manager's address will change from their residential address to Tihar jail. Okay. So never, ever, 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 even if you are a bank manager in the future, never try to play with RBI. Let me tell you that. Okay. So you have to maintain that reserves. Thank you. Compulsorily. And after that, can you maintain at same level? Same level. RBI asked you to maintain 20%, you maintain 20%. Well, it is not a problem. But what if people come and ask for money? Okay, let me tell you one small example. Be very fast, calculative. Okay. Let's suppose I am having 1 crore rupee deposit which I received. Okay. From Mahesh. Out of which 20% I have to maintain as reserve. Correct. So 20% I kept as reserve, 5% gave to RBI, 15% kept with me. Now Mahesh came back and asked just for 10 lakh rupee withdrawal. Can he do that? Of course, it's his money. So he took back 10 lakh rupees. Now what happened? I had kept only 20 lakh rupees as reserves. I did not have any excess reserve. So if I take money from that SLR and give it to him, that means my SLR has dropped. The percentage which RBI asked me to maintain, I have not maintained. Because from 90 lakh rupees deposit that I have, how 90 lakhs, sir? 10 lakh rupees Mahesh took back. I have to maintain 20% CRR SLR. Someshwar 20% is 18 lakhs, right? But out of 20 lakh rupees, the initial deposit which I had kept as reserve, I have already given 10 lakh rupees to Mahesh. That means in my reserves, I am having only 10 lakhs now. Whereas I am liable to keep 18 lakhs. I am keeping only 10 lakhs. 8 lakhs deficit. RBI will take a strict action against me. So if you don't want to fall under this situation, what you should do? Maintain the same reserve what RBI has asked you to keep, or maintain a higher level of reserve ratio, slightly more. Little high you have to maintain with you. Yes or no? Little extra you have to maintain with you. Little safety is very important, even in banking business. So moral of the story here is actual reserve ratio will be greater than required reserve ratio. So RBI has asked me to keep only 20%, but just for the sake of safety, I will keep 25%. Who decides this? This is decided by RBI. Who decides actual reserve ratio? It is the bank. Are you comfortable with this part? Okay. Step by step we are going, okay? Slightly. Now, what is this 25% actual reserve ratio? What is this 20% required reserve ratio? So can I say 5% is excess reserve ratio? If you say yes, then only I will write. Sure. 5% is excess reserve ratio. That is extra reserve ratio that we have kept with ourselves. Okay. So what is our excess reserve ratio? Excess reserve ratio is equal to actual reserve ratio minus required reserve ratio. See if you are comfortable with this. Comfortable? Sure, right? Okay. Now I have one more question. I will name this as ERR. Jay, like always, it is black coffee. Excess reserve ratio. Now, when we talk about excess reserve ratio, and money supply. Can we discuss the relationship between these two? Hmm. If excess reserve ratio is more, that means if bank keep more with themselves, they will have to give less, correct, less money in the market. Money supply will come down. If I don't keep excess reserve ratio, or if I keep lower amount of excess reserve ratio with me, money supply increases. And see, it will definitely differ from bank to bank. Okay, let me tell you. If Ganesh is a bank manager and Samit is a bank manager, Samit and Ganesh, both behavior will not be same. Both are asked to keep required reserve ratio that both will maintain. But let's suppose if Ganesh says, hey, come on, let's take some risk here. Let's make more money. Circulate money in the market, no problem. We will keep less of excess reserve ratio. If there is some emergency, we will adjust. Samit says no. We will not take any chances. We will have a stable growth. Okay, we don't want to cancel our license. So do you understand the behavior which these two people are having? It's slightly different. So excess reserve ratio will determine the level of money supply. But there might be something which will influence the level of excess reserve ratio also. So what are the things that influence excess reserve ratio? Now we need to understand that. Understood? Yeah. See, excess reserve ratio, how money supply gets affected. That is done. That topic is done. Now, but what influences excess reserve ratio? That we need to understand. Okay, let's have a look at it. So first case is opportunity cost. Let's consider opportunity cost as interest rate that you are getting on loans. Once, but you have to keep total, no? From all the depositors, you have to keep that. Right? So it is not about one depositors. All the depositors collective amount, some amount will be taken as kept as reserves. Sir, why can't RBI limit the maximum percentage of supply of money which will increase? Danish, it has, beta. But their way of doing this is by keeping this reserve ratio. Because this reserve ratio will try to create, control the level of money supply in the economy. Okay. Someshwar, that is correct. Opportunity cost. Now see, friends, if there is a better opportunity available in the market, that means you are getting higher rate of interest in the market when you give loans. What will you do at that time? Will you still keep the money as reserves? No, I will not give money. See, you are banker. Banker have to be opportunist. You have to think like a capitalist. At that time, your main aim should be profit maximization. So if you are getting a better interest rate and if there is a person who is coming and asking for loan, at that time, you have to definitely give the loan. Yes or no? So if you are giving loan at that time, my friends, what will happen to your excess reserve ratio? It will come down. See, it will not be less than the required reserve ratio. But excess reserve ratio, earlier you were keeping an excess reserve of, let's suppose, 10%. Now you will maintain only at 8%. Sir, only for 2% we do all this, sir. Only for 2%. A bank branch will be having 10,000 crore rupees. Okay, 10,000 crore rupees as their reserves. 2% of that. 200 crore rupees. Small amount. Right? Because see, don't judge from your bank balance, okay? Sir, I have only 1000 rupee minimum deposit in my account. 2% of that I will only give to bank. Take 20 rupees, bro, give it to anyone as loan, no problem. It is not about your bank balance. Okay, so think from a macro perspective, please. So if opportunity cost is very less in the market, that means the people are not, giving a higher rate of interest for the loans. They want loans at a very cheaper rate. Will you still give them? What if it turns out to be an NPA, non-performing asset? It will be lost, no? So at that time, what will happen? Our excess reserve ratio will be high. So what is the relationship here? There is inverse relationship. Very clear in this, friends? Last point. Uh, like how we had opportunity cost. Similarly, friends, let's suppose expected deposit outflow. We have to understand the relationship between expected deposit outflow and excess reserve ratio. Expected deposit outflow is nothing but when people are going to come and withdraw more money. See, we live in India. India is a country of festivals, right? When it comes to Diwali, people do shopping. When it comes to Eid, people go and shop. When it is Christmas, people go and shop. So people spend during all these festivals. Am I right? Now understand this. If Janvi madam is heading a particular bank which is surrounded by entirely Hindu community, and if Diwali is around the corner, that means people will go to Janvi madam's bank branch and withdraw more money. Will go to bank's ATM and start withdrawing money. Will do the debit card transactions, yes or no? So Janvi madam has to be ready to entertain all these withdrawals. So at that time, she will have to maintain a higher reserve ratio. If she maintains higher reserves, only then she can give people money, no? Are you understanding, Janvi madam, right? Right? If you don't keep reserves at that time, and if people come and ask, hey, give us our money back. Sorry, bro, I don't have it. It's given as loan. What you think? I have it. I give it out as credit money. They will start pelting stones on the banks. Are you getting this? Yes or no? So when people are expected to come and withdraw more, at that time you will have to maintain a higher level of reserve ratio. Direct relationship. Correct, Ovia. Similarly, if let's suppose one more example I will give you. Vansh is having a bank in which he is surrounded by Islam community. 90% of the bank accounts that he is having is from Muslim community. And now there is Rosa which is going on. And after Rosa, it will be Ramzan. That is Eid will be celebrated. So people start preparing for Eid maybe 1-2 weeks earlier. They start shopping, going in the market. Yes or no? At that time, one will have to keep a higher level of reserves. Correct? Similarly, at the time of Shrad, do you understand what is Shrad? Whoever has gone, for them we pray. Okay, we feed poor, we feed animals, we feed the highest level of humans, that is Brahmin community. Okay, so we believe in all these things and we feed so that we can get good blessings, good energy is passed. Everything has its own energy and power. So if we try to do that, friends, at that time we will not be celebrating, right? We will be mourning. Okay, we don't go and buy firecrackers. Kaka left us, wow, let's celebrate. No, it doesn't work like that. We don't buy new clothes. Even if you want to buy anything new, right? Even if you want to buy anything new, your family members will tell you, hey, don't buy it now. Don't buy car. Don't buy house. Don't buy, this month is not proper. This month is not proper. That means at that time, expected deposit outflow will be less. So don't have reserves, no. People are any which way is not going to come and ask for money. So at that time, give away the loans, right? Give more loans. So when you give more loans at that time, expected reserve ratio, sorry, not expected, but excess reserve ratio will be less. Very clear in this part. In South, I think it is called as Mahalaya Amavasi. Yes, in different parts, we call it as with different names, but you understood the theme, right? That's more important. So please copy down this part, then we go ahead. This was a good amount of explanation and understanding, I feel, in money supply. Sometimes like we don't realize how banks actually maintain so much of money, but the amount of money that you see in the bank, which is there in their counter actually. Now when you go and visit the bank next time, you will try to see, hey, how much money they are having in their drawer. It is part of their excess reserve ratio. See that the person who is giving the money might not know it. He or she might not be aware about this concept. But as a chartered accountant, as the leader of the bank, you need to know it. Janvi has asked a very good question. Okay, I will share it with you. Sir, that means that bank has to change ERR according to the situation. Yes. You have to be very situational. See, because one thing in India, I will tell you, deposits will never stop. People have money in India and they will deposit the money in the banks. Salaries are going to be disbursed every month. Rent people are going to get every month. So bank is going to be credited in the first 7 days of every month. Bank accounts are going to be credited. You as a bank, you have to think how to make profit out of it, so that people don't withdraw this money. Many a times, ask your parents, talk to your parents, all these things. Do they get a call saying, ma'am, in your account, in your saving account, you have 1,05,000 rupees. And your minimum deposit, your minimum balance is only 1,000 rupees. So why do you want to keep 1,05,000 rupees? Do you want to make an FD of 1,04,000 if you don't have to use that money right now? Now parents think that girl is so nice, no? She called me, so caring. She is not caring. She will make it into FD so that she can convert it into loan for someone else. They will directly, if a person like me goes and applies to the bank. Now listen to this very carefully, okay? Applies for a business loan of 10 lakh rupees. What they will do? They will say, okay, we will inform you in 3 days time. In that 3 days time, what do they do? Call up all the saving account holder. Sir, you are having this in your bank account. Do you want to keep it as FD? Do you want to keep it as FD? Do you want to keep? Yes, keep it, keep it. Yes, keep it, keep. Done. So they have kept it in FD. They have the feeling that they have it in FD. After 3 days, that money will be given to me as loan. They will be taking 18% from me, giving you only 6%, 12% rupees is their gross profit. Students, we are actually going very deep in every concept. I hope you are understanding it. Yeah. So this is how it works. So as a banker, if you have ever thought about entering into commercial banking career, this is how you have to do. Okay, your job will not be to take checks or see in the branch whether they are working or no. Hey, come on here, you are a chartered accountant. Your job is not that. For that, you need to hire a graduate. You need to see how to make more money, how to multiply branches. As a bank, if you are not growing by 365 banking branch outlets every year, that means you will not survive. 365 bank branching outlets. So do you understand? You have to grow one branch minimum every day. That's the average, of course. And in India, there are many unbanked areas even now. In India, many rural areas where people are still waiting to bank to come. Right? So you have to keep growing. Sir, what if we don't grow? You will be just like any other cooperative bank. Cooperative banks don't grow. Look at Kotak Mahindra. Look at ICICI. Look at HDFC. Look at Bandhan Bank, which I told you about last lecture. Each and every bank is growing, yes or no? Because they are following this regime. Look at IDFC. Yes, Lakshya, that's correct. Right? So, Nikhil, if we are not able to do that, we won't be able to survive in the market because some other competitor will take over. So, if you are working with a bank, you have to think about it, how to grow this particular bank. And when you start working in a bank, no one is going to teach you this, okay? Your MD or your CEO will not give you this speech. Because if you understand the scheme, you will take their position, no? Let's go ahead. Last part, students. Third point, that is nothing but behavior of public. Behavior of public. Now, in case of behavior of public, we are having two things here. First one, currency to deposit ratio. Currency to deposit ratio. And second one is TDDD ratio. Now we have to understand the relationship between currency to deposit ratio and money supply, and TDDD ratio and money supply. What is currency? Currency is nothing but MD, demand for money. Do you know what is demand for money, right? Unit number one. Demand for money is nothing but the people's desire to hold money in liquid form. Samit, how much money do you have right now with you? Vansh, how much money do you have right now with you? If you can just put that in the chat box, or why only Samit and Vansh? Whatever money you have it with you, right? Liquid cash. Can you put that in the chat box? Manishwar, you are having 400. That is your demand for money. Someshwar, 4,000 is your demand for money. Charan, 15 rupees, your demand for money. 100 trillion Zimbabwean dollars is your demand for money. Priya Darshini, 500 rupees is your demand for money. Himanshu is having 1 crore rupee. Let me know if you are having any vacancy open for elder brother. I don't mind shifting to any place. Rishabh says saying I did not add Zimbabwean dollars. I know you, Rishabh. No. So I can make out from the answer. Don't worry. 1 rupee coin in my track pocket. Wow, amazing. So whatever currency you are having right now with you, friends, it is nothing but demand for money. Are you understanding? Sure. Okay. Now there is something called as currency to deposit ratio. Currency is liquid cash, deposit is how much money you have it in your bank account. So let me take one example here. Khushi madam has 1000 rupee in liquid cash and 10,000 rupee in the bank account. So her currency to deposit ratio is 1:10. Understood this part? Sure. Currency to deposit ratio 1000 is to 10,000. So that is 1:10. So currency deposit ratio is very low in case of Khushi madam. It is 1:10. It is low. Another example. Asha madam. I asked Asha madam how much you have liquid cash. She said 10,000. And how much is the bank deposit? Only 1,000. In case of Asha madam, it is 10:1. Her currency to deposit ratio is very high. A high currency to deposit ratio means we keep more as currency as less as deposits. Low currency to deposit ratio means we keep low currency in hand and more in deposit. Okay. So Asha madam is having high currency to deposit ratio. That means more of liquid cash, less of deposits. And Khushi madam is low in currency, that is liquid cash, and more into bank deposits. What will be the relationship, friends? Direct or inverse relationship is my question to you. Very good, friends. It will be inverse relationship. See, if you are having more in hand, less in deposits, that means bank will not be able to create credit money. So less money supply. If you keep less in hand, more in banks, what will happen? Money supply will be more. Okay. Janvi, then it will be balanced. Ronak is asking, sir, if public spends more, beta, that is nowhere money supply. Money supply is either high powered money or credit money. You remember sources of money supply. See, me giving money to Mahalakshmi madam or Mahalakshmi madam giving money to me is not part of money supply. There has to be bank in between. If there is bank, only then they are giving money supply. Are you understanding? Charan, very good question. I will expand this. Black money. Black money is an hindrance in in money supply. No. That's why Modi ji was against black money when he came in 2016 and said all the 500 rupee currency note and 1000 rupee currency note will be banned. He said, I am doing this so that black money can be removed. Now people were expecting black money will be removed, means Swiss bank money will come back. How is it possible? Apply bheja, no? You have to just use 2 grams of your 200 grams to understand Swiss money is not coming back. Well, I don't know. Some people were asking me, hey, you are economics teacher, no? Now see what Modi ji, master stroke, yeah. Master stroke. Now all the Swiss money bank, it will come back in India. 15 lakh rupees will be deposited in our bank account. Wow. 15 lakh rupees. When you keep money in Swiss bank, it will not be 500 and 1000 rupee currency note, no? This much brain you have to apply. Okay, this much. It will be in dollars, it will be in euros. It will be in Swiss franc, but not in rupees, Baba. So that money did not come back. But yes, all the black money which was there in the country, which people were keeping in their house, all the black money which was there in businesses had to come out. That created havoc in the country. Some people benefited, some people made terrible losses. Yes, Neeraj, very good point. There were loopholes. Exactly. That destroyed the entire charm of the policy in India, I think. India, the planning is very good, I feel. But execution, sometimes it becomes so terrible, no? That because of that, many people, go for loss. Unfortunate, you know. But anyway, moral of the story is we don't want that black money happening again, right? That's why all these things are to be learned. I hope you are very clear in this, friends. So that's about currency to deposit ratio. There is inverse relationship. Last point, TD-DD ratio. TD stands for time deposit. And DD stands for demand deposit. Friends, I'm sure you know the difference between time deposit and demand deposit. Time deposit is fixed deposit and recurring deposit, and demand deposit will be current account and saving account. Fair? Okay. Let me take two more examples now. Sejal madam is heading a bank in which we are having more of fixed deposit as compared to saving account. So more of TD as compared to DD, more time deposits as compared to demand deposit. So her TD deposit ratio or TD-DD deposit ratio is high. Sejal case. Okay. But Fatima madam is heading a bank account wherein current account and saving account are more as compared to fixed deposit and recurring deposit. So in her case, TD-DD ratio will be low. Do you understand this? In case of Sejal, Sejal has more time deposits in her bank as compared to demand deposits. Fatima has more of current account and saving account customers as compared to fixed deposit and recurring deposit customers. Between Fatima and Sejal, who will be able to create more money supply? Is the question here. It will be Sejal. Why Sejal is able to create more money supply? Because she is having access to more of fixed deposit and recurring deposit, which can be created as loans, which can be given as more loans. Credit money will increase. But Fatima, she is bound to keep that money only into account. She cannot take that money, because what if when Fatima decides to give that as loan and people come and ask for money? See, saving and current account, you don't know when people are going to withdraw, because people are roaming somewhere in the world, not even in the country, somewhere in the world, and they just swipe their debit card. And if Fatima madam has not kept that money in their account, swipe will go off. Are you understanding what I'm saying? So Fatima has to maintain that as reserves. So more of reserves means less of money supply. I hope you are very clear in this, friends. 100% understood this, everything in this. Okay, fantastic. Last thing which I want to ask, okay, I'm not even going to teach, because I know by this, when we reach here, your conceptual clarity is so high that this question will not make any sense to you and you will be able to give the direct answer. But still, because it is a requirement, I will still ask, what will happen if there is government expenditure? Can you tell me, if government expenditure increases, what will happen to the level of money supply in the economy? Will it be less or will it be high? High. Simple. I told you, right? See, if government expenditure goes on increasing, more people will be getting money, more money deposits in the banks. More money deposits means more credit money will be created. And this is how, they don't consider like this. Okay, government spending money, no, so money supply came more. It's not like that. Money supply came because maybe government took loan, so credit money came in the market, and then money was given to the people. That money reached out to the bank, and again banks got more money, and that is how the money supply expands. Very clear in this? You would be happy to know, students. With that, our entire unit number 2 is complete. Right? So what are the things that we have covered? We understood meaning of money supply, we understood sources of money supply, rationale of money supply, we understood measurement of money supply, and today, friends, we understood determinants of money supply and money multiplier concept. I hope whatever we have studied, you are very clear in this part, right? And comfortable also by now. Okay. So the next unit that we are going to start will be unit number 3, which is nothing but monetary policy. Okay. So I'll just give you a quick introduction about monetary policy first, and then we will take a break and then continue. Okay. But after the break, I want to just jump onto the concepts. So I'll give you an overview right now. So please give the next heading in your notebook. That is nothing but monetary policy, unit number 3. Numericals, we will be doing it together, Manvi, because I think many of your numericals are pending. So, I don't want to do half numericals. So first we will focus on concepts. Would that be okay? Yeah. So that you in one flow, you understand all the numericals. That's the idea. Please give the heading, friends, in your notebook. It is unit number 3, monetary policy. A very interesting topic, students, especially if you have thought about working with RBI, or ever if you have dreamt of becoming governor of RBI. If you have ever thought that, my signature should be there on every currency note which is printed in the country. Yes, Prabhu, they will. Right? Yeah, reverse repo rate. Yes, Gayatri, correct. So how you can become governor of RBI? That also I will tell you. Okay. And what is the qualification required? How to reach there? And what should be your thought process? Okay, I'm not more into RBI. So because the next question would be, Acha Chirag, no, right? Then why you are not going? Because that is not my aim. I'm a capitalist by nature. I don't enjoy maintaining or, how to become I don't want to become governor. That is not my job. Right? So if it attracts you, then I will tell you. Or if even if it is not, you are at least aware how people become. Right? So let's begin. So monetary policy, we are going to divide this entire unit into 2 parts. What are these 2 parts? First one, it is monetary policy framework. And second part would be organizational structure. For monetary policy decisions. Yes, Danushka, I'll do that. Monetary policy framework. Now, what are the things that we are going to understand here? So the first part in monetary policy framework, dear friends, we are going to understand Meaning and objectives. Second one is analytics of monetary policy. And third one is procedures and instruments. Organizational structure, friends, it is just divided into two parts, but a very interesting part. What are these two parts? First one is monetary policy framework agreement. And second one would be monetary policy committee. Yes, Lakshay. So these are the topics that we are going to understand, friends, in our unit number 3. Okay. So we will be starting with first one, that is meaning and objectives, and then we go with the flow. Okay. So yeah, let's take a break of 5 minutes. I'll start again at 11:45. Okay. Perfect. See you guys. All right. Now, friends, the first part that we are going to understand, it is nothing but the meaning and objectives. Meaning and objectives. Now, friends, when we talk about monetary policy, do you know when it is made, when it is prepared, when it is presented? Any idea? Annually, Lakshay is saying, okay. Now, Lakshay is saying quarterly. Okay, both. Okay. Okay, quarterly as well as annually, Lakshay is saying. Any other idea? Any other? Someshwar is saying whenever they want. Sai is saying every year in the month of Feb. But every year in the month of Feb, that is fiscal policy. Monetary policy is different. I guess they meet 6 times in a year. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I've got different answers, but the most amazing answer I got by Himanshu. He says every day. So every day we meet and we discuss the policy. Danish is saying whenever Modi ji wants to say hello, suno bhaiya. Okay. Let me tell you, Modi ji has no role in monetary policy. Or for that matter, government has no role in monetary policy. It is made by RBI, Reserve Bank of India. What Modi ji should be concerned with, or what government of India will be concerned with, but if you know, it is fiscal policy, which is in regards to taxation, right? taxation, subsidies, government expenditure, all that stuff. Here it is about banks interest rate, right? Yeah, Vijay Lakshmi, very nice. So policy is always present, but we make the changes in that policy as and when required. So now we are discussing about the policy on 30th of July, but it is quite a possibility that the changes will be done right now, and we will come to know about it after the lecture. Okay. So Himanshu, that's an interesting question. I don't know how to answer this. He's asking Sir Modi ji why he always comes and makes the announcement only in night. I don't know. Maybe because he's not married. Just a joke, okay? Don't take it seriously, all right? Or else, okay, just a joke. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead. Political jokes. Oh my goodness, very terrible. I have had an amazing experience with political jokes. Once I was in Mumbai, I was taking live lectures and I commented on one political party, which is in Maharashtra, okay, not a national party, but in Maharashtra. I comment, Lakshay, yes, and dangerous party, okay. I commented on that, and the MLA's son was sitting in that lecture on whom I was commenting. After the lecture, I saw some person in white clothes, okay, top to bottom, white shirt, white pant, outside that Audi standing. I got little nervous. And they, along with the 4 5 bodyguards, they just called me, sir, excuse me. I said, at least let me make one call. Let me inform my parents how much I love them. Okay. They said, nahi, sir, don't worry, come. Okay, yeah, I was getting that feeling. Khatam, tata, bye bye. Okay, I thought, sir, I want to complete the syllabus also, sir. No, no, come. That guy was so polite, my friends. He said, sir, whatever you have said in the class is 100% right. You know that, I also know that. But still, humble request. Don't say it to anyone. No. I said, no problem, bro. It's fine, completely fine. Not sharing with anyone. Okay. I won't name the party or the MLA, but nice people are there, however. So since then, I have stopped doing political jokes. But this Himanshu, because of you, I have to do all these things. Nahi, they were very polite, yaar, Mohit. I thought I'm gone completely now. In my, in my mind, I was reciting Bhagavad Gita. Okay, I was doing this Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Okay, now it's my time has come, but fortunately, there are good people also. So anyway, so meaning of monetary policy, it is basically as per the requirement. Whenever there is a desire, whenever there is a requirement, because fiscal policy is made only once in a year. Now government cannot come every day and say, oh, inflation, you are rising, no problem, I will enter into the market. Oh, economic growth, you are not as per the requirement, no problem, I will enter into the market. Now government can't do that every now and then, because it impacts the entire taxation system of the country. Now, friends, you are chartered accountant. Okay, please understand this. If government changes the tax policy every month, don't you think it will be terrible for you? GST filing is so much pathetic, you know. Nah, not the system is pathetic, no. But from seller's perspective, it is so cumbersome. See, you are a chartered accountant. For you, it might be very simple. But think from a person's point of view who is illiterate and who has to do GST filing, who has to make the billing. For them, it is a nightmare. But still, our Indians are very comfortable and they are doing. That's a different story, my dear friends. But if we go on changing the entire rules and regulations, do you think people will be happy about it? No. That's why fiscal policy cannot be changed every now and then. So we have monetary policy, which can be changed as per the requirement to influence our business cycle, so that we have economic stability in the country. Are you understanding this? So monetary policy is important. Yes, it is very important. It is nothing but use of monetary policy tools in order to regulate the availability of money, the cost of money, and divert it as per the requirement. Divert it as per the requirement means what? See, I will tell you one thing. All of you, when you become a chartered accountant, if I am the RBI governor, as far as priority is concerned, I will prioritize you to be given the loans for doing businesses. Of the same age group that you are, let's suppose there are 1 crore people in that age group. I'm taking a lower, statistics here. 1 crore, it will be definitely more than that. Out of this 1 crore people, how many of them have enrolled for chartered accountancy? Very few. And out of that, who have enrolled also, how many of them are attending lectures? That too, very few. And few of them, my goodness, they have just given donation to JK Shah classes. You have paid fees, right? They have done donation. They gave the fees and they are not attending the lecture. Now see what to do, no? There is just one condition, one small condition that you can pass the examination. One small condition, and that condition is attend the lecture. That's it, nothing else. Everything else we will take care of. Right? But that also some students don't do. Now you tell me, students, whose fault it is now? So ultimately, the selected few who are remaining right in front of me, all of you are the most talented pool of people of your age group in this country. And I am 100% serious about this. Because many of your age friends, they are sleeping right now. Is this the time to show bum to the ceiling? Right? But still, they lie like dead body. You know? They want to play stupid games, watch stupid videos. That is not how the country can be run. The country need to have strong, committed professionals. That will be you. So Kavya today is a student, but 5 years later on, all these buggers who are right now playing games, for them Kavya will be inspiration. Are you getting this? Once today is a student, Someshwar today is a student, Sri today is a student, Afra today is a student, but you all, I'm sorry, I'm not able to name everyone, but all of you guys are the inspiration for the rest of the age group. But they will not realize the problem now. They will realize when you start earning in crores of rupees. Are you understanding? So yes, that has to come. Okay, that has to happen. It's my promise to you. You will become rich. Just stay committed. Students, even all the teachers, most of the teachers who are teaching you started with a very humble background, right? The person I was in my childhood, the way I have lived, I cannot relate to that now. I have come a long way. Same is with all other teachers also, all other professionals also. And who has saved us? Who has, made us more successful in life? It is chartered accountants. You know what else? Nothing else, right? So if people like me can do it, any one of you can do it. Always remember this. Okay, you just need one thing, and that is 100% commitment, which I can see, of course, you are having. Okay. So I will give money to you. So you are priority sector for me. Now, from RBI's point of view, it might be primary sector also. Of course, some money has to be given to primary sector. No, farmers, they do not have money by their own. They live in such poor conditions, and it is very unfortunate, when we look at the reality, when we do reality check, friends, I'm very sure you know this. We say we respect farmers, but as far as farmers are concerned, they are committing suicide because they are only not having food to eat. Right? It is so terrible. So what we can do to help them as a citizens of our country? One thing we can do. Should I share with you? One thing, one small thing which we can do. It's not about money. Stop wasting food. Automatically, everyone who is starving today will start getting food. Right? So this is small thing which we have to do. So even if there is a leftover food in our home, we can try making something from that. Learn that from your mother. Actually, my mom used to do that. If rice is left, next day morning she will make, masala rice from the same thing, or paratha from the same rice, or vada from the same rice. I used to always be amazed, right? My teachers used to teach me best out of waste. I gave my teacher my example of mother only, best out of waste. I thought what is waste, she created best out of it. Teacher gave me full marks. She said I am also in the same boat, no? So here only I got marks. Okay, that was the maximum scoring subject, moral science, nothing else. So RBI has to decide where to give money. So primary sector, they have to give more money. Service sector, I don't think it requires more money. But entrepreneurship and innovation needs more money. True? That is you guys. Hmm. So let's write down, friends, what is exactly meaning of RBI's monetary policy. Monetary policy is the use of monetary policy instrument is the use of monetary policy instruments to influence the availability of money, cost of money. Cost of money here means interest. If you want, you can write that in bracket. Okay, cost of money is nothing but interest. Influence the availability of money, cost of money, divert money in the sector which needs it the most, in order to achieve economic goals and objectives. In order to achieve economic goals and objectives. Please write down. Monetary policy is presented by RBI governor as per the requirement of the economy. Yes, Someshwar. Yes, Chaitra, I just changed that. Thank you. Very clear in this part, friends. Easy, isn't it? Next one. Write down objectives. Now, what are the objectives of monetary policy? Why will RBI make policy for the entire economy? Let's talk about that. Done, Preeti? First one. To regulate the money supply in economy. Yes, Vijay Lakshmi, correct. To regulate the money supply in economy. Now, what do you mean by this regulating money supply in the economy? Oversupply of money, inflation, undersupply of money, recession. We don't want oversupply or undersupply, right? We want optimum level of supply, that is regulation of money supply. Point number two. Economic growth and development. We want our economy to grow as well as develop. Do you know that growth means quantitative and development means qualitative? You know this, right? So growth means quantitative growth. The number of quantity, GDP is increasing. Development means qualitative growth. The quality is also improving. We are getting better day by day. Next, third one. Encouraging investments. Encouraging investments. Now, when I say investment means what? Investment in business. New entrepreneurs should come up. They should start new journey, new ventures, more of capitalism, right? Because you all know capitalism is the oxygen tent of our economy, right? It is not government sector or public sector which actually makes the difference in an economy, right? You can't say that, BSNL is leading the entire telecom industry. You cannot say Air India is leading. You cannot say ONGC is doing great in life. Come on, yeah, let's accept the fact all the private companies are doing amazing. That's why these public companies are surviving. Or you also know how public companies are treating us, right? You go to Axis Bank and you go to SBI, you will understand the difference, right? So I don't want to comment much because, I'm not saying every government employee is wrong, but maybe whatever we come across, some people are very good actually. Some policemen are very good, but some are horrible. In all other countries, when people see police officers, they feel comfortable. In India, people feel scared. Now he will catch me, right? Especially traffic police. I know. So if we are perfect, basically, so they will not do anything, right? So you have to be perfect. You have to be above 18 to drive or ride the bike. You have to have a license, insurance, PUC. Then you should not be worried. Correct, no? So once you make license, Someshwar, I don't think then that will be a problem. Uh, and I am not the right person to preach all this. Even I have been caught many times without everything. But now I think I have become a different person. Okay. So there is only one solution to all your problems. I will tell you that. Become rich. Okay. Because earlier I used to, fight with my wife. Like she would always say, why don't you take insurance of your car? I said, how much insurance will cost me? She said 4,000 rupees, 5,000 rupees maybe maximum. I said, let's take 4,000. What is the probability of me getting caught in the entire year by police officials? She said 4 or 5 times. Okay, let's consider 5 times. I give 100 rupees per time. So let's take 200 rupees. 500 into, 200 into 5 times, 1,000 rupees. How much is the insurance? 4,000. Still, I am having a net savings of 3,000. Which is better, you tell me? Now I don't apply that logic anymore. Okay, don't judge me on my past. Now I'm a very lawful, abiding citizen. Okay, I have taken insurance. It's not illegal, but yeah, not legal. Somewhere in between. Illegal means what? I'm not going any murder or what? Okay. Vibes of the woods have changed me. I'm more peaceful now. Thank you, Mahalakshmi, for that. Okay. Unethical is a much better word. So no worries. Yeah, Jay. Correct. But when you get more money, you all become ethical automatically. It's just about time. Next one. Adequate flow of money in productive sectors. So whatever sector is more productive, we should divert our monetary availability there. In India, I think now the more productive sector after Make in India, especially it is industrial sector. It is growing fine. Do you agree to the statement? Like I'm not talking about based on the statistics. I'm looking at the observation which is going on in the country and then commenting. Okay, Janvi. Huh? Next. Point number 5. IT sector is growing in Hyderabad because it's saying that. Okay. Service sector is leading. See, if you are in Hyderabad, I think then service sector is doing well there. But if you're from Chennai, anyone from Chennai here? If you're from Chennai, many of you are there from Chennai. So I think Chennai is more of industrial sector, right? More industries are coming there. And I have seen Tamil Nadu, grow. Like, it is just amazing the way Chennai is transforming itself. And I don't know, maybe I'm an outsider, so I can feel the difference. The way they work, the passion that they show, not the unskilled workers. Okay, unskilled workers are buggers. They don't do any kind of work. But skilled employees of Chennai, amazing. That is what it is going to bring the transformation in Chennai. In Hyderabad, when I was there, I saw the development of Hyderabad through metro. In metro in Hyderabad, government is also working very efficiently. I will share one example with you. Amazon has built its office in Hyderabad, which is going to hire around 30,000 employee. That is what I got to know. So now, because people should get more convenience in traveling in metro, they have made new stations and they have expanded their metro line. This is the information which I got. Is this correct? Is this true? It's true, right? Okay. Uthra, you are saying, what about Kerala? Kerala is not into industries or services, if you know, right? Kerala is not into that. So Kerala is more into tourism. That is where they get money from. They are more into primary sector, service sector, and I don't think like. And I think the problem with Kerala, I will tell you, not problem exactly, but I'll tell you what is the situation in Kerala. People become educated in Kerala, but the educated or the skilled people of Kerala, they go to Gulf countries. So there is a lot of brain drain which is happening. So from Kerala, it is Gulf countries, and from Punjab, Haryana, I'm afraid to say this, but it is fact. It is Canada, and it is not a good thing. Not a good sign. When people of Hyderabad stay in Hyderabad, when people of Chennai stay in Chennai, that is how the Chennai grows. If you leave India, the other country grows. No, how will India grow? Right? Yeah, Navneet, I agree. Yeah. So these things, and Kerala, my goodness, it's a beautiful country, but it can develop when Keralites stay in Kerala. Okay, and I've had this deep bond with Kerala because my school was founded on the principles of Kerala. That's why. So, anyways, but things will change, I think, with your generation, with my generation. Look at me, I'm also in India. Sometimes only I come here. Okay. Political party, yeah, Kavya, no political talks. I want to stay away from politics. I don't know who is from MLA, MP, after the lecture, I will get a call. Ah, Chirag, you are saying something? No chance. Yes, Afra, I agree. Next one. And last point, friend, please write down. Create an efficient market for government securities. That, Rishabh, I think we will be discussing in the next lecture. Okay, Manchu. Create an efficient market for government securities. Friends, government securities is nothing but the bonds, treasury bills, right? So all these things which are published by or given by government are not sold by government. No, government is not going to come in the market and sell it. It will be sold through RBI. RBI will ask all the banks to sell it in the market. So RBI has to create a strong market for all these types of securities. Comfortable with 5 objective, students, that we have understood? Let's go ahead to the next topic, very interesting topic, and that is nothing but analytics of monetary policy. Friends, analytics of monetary policy, it is also called as monetary policy transmission mechanism. I will write down so that you are not confused. Please write down. It is also called as monetary transmission mechanism. Friends, see this. Someshwar, just give me 1 minute, or else just check it. Now, when we talk about economic cycle, there are different types of economic cycle. You understand economic cycle or business cycle, don't you? Yeah. So economic cycle can be of different types. First one is, let's say, this one, which is always growing. Second one, always falling. Third one, growing and falling, going up and falling, going up and falling, but in the same level. Fourth one, growing, then falling a little bit, then again growing, then again falling a little bit, then again growing up. Fifth one is like this. And sixth one, nothing can be measured. Out of this 6 types of economic cycles that you see, what do you think is idealistic for us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6? Very good. Okay, Lakshay. Okay, Khushi. See, idealistic is the best one. Actually, some of you have said 1. Well, I agree to you completely that it is always growing, but this is, of course, hypothetical. There cannot be an economy which is always growing, right? Sir, second one, of course not. It is always falling, collapse. Sir, this is also hypothetical. No, we have practical example. Look at Pakistan. Second one. Right? Third one is not bad, but it is not great. Right? There is stability, but there is no growth. Economy is constant. No growth at all. So it's good, but it's not great. Do you understand the difference? But we want great things in life. Right? Yes, Jay, that's true. In this case, there is upside, there is downside. We are growing as well as we are falling. But ultimately, if you observe, right, in long run, can I say there is growth with stability? In third point, there is no growth, only stability. In fourth point, there is growth as well as stability. In fifth one, not even worth discussing. Okay. Sixth one, this looks like an ECG report. Right? Today you are having job. Tomorrow you got increment. Day after tomorrow unemployed. Then again one job, then again unemployed. Then made CEO, then came onto streets. Now, if every day the company start making losses like this or make profit like this, it will be vulnerable. Yes or no? Yeah, Himanshu, that's amazing thing. So this is Himanshu's handwriting in the last hour of like of the examination. Actually, it is common for everyone. Let me tell you, even I recollect now. So this looks in two places. It looks good. One is in ICU. The other one is stock market, but not in economy. Because stock market, if it is moving like this, that means there is an opportunity of growth. There is an opportunity of investment. Okay. And if it is there in, ICU, it looks good. If it is straight line, khatam, tata, bye bye. Right? That is the scenario. So the idealistic thing will be point number 4. That is what you need. My friends, I have a question for you. If I want to have this kind of economic cycle in the country, in India, when do you think should RBI intervene in the market? There are 4 phases of economic cycle. When I say 4 phases of economic cycle means what? It will be depression, it will be recovery, it will be prosperity, and then it will be recession. Are you aware about these terminologies? Okay, I'll just write it so that it will be a refresher for your CA foundation business cycle awareness. Right? So let's suppose this is our depression point, this is our recovery point, this is our prosperity point, and this is our recession point. The question here is, when can RBI intervene, or when should RBI intervene actually? Four. Okay. Okay, Lakshay. See, most of the common answer I am getting is recession. You are saying at the time of recession, definitely we should, intervene. And I agree to you. 100% agree with what you are saying. But friends, tell me one thing. See, prosperity and depression, you cannot intervene. Okay. They are just turning points. They are not there to stay. These are just turning points. It comes and it goes. You realize it had come only when it is gone. Right? See, similar to our life, the best moment in life, the worst moment in life. You don't know what is your best moment when you are in that moment. When it is gone, we try to cherish those memories. Yeah, that was the best time of my life. Yes or no? And worst moment we will never have. That's a different story. We will always have best. We miss school life after we leave. That's true. School life, many students miss. I agree. I don't though. So that's a different story. What school memories we made. For one vada pav we used to fight. These are the memories I should be sharing. Pre-pandemic, that is right. When the pandemic started and we got chutti, leave, we were all enjoying. This is so nice. But few moments later, we realize this is carrying on for months, and we are, our Jawani ke din is just getting wasted. There is no English word for this, okay? So when we realized, my goodness, it was too late. You are at least thoda old. Imagine us. Who said to whom, Vidhi? Oh, hello. What is this? Yeah, come on. Just because I don't have golden hair, you can't term me as old, okay? This is Nakli beard. I tried, to look cool. I have got this. Come on, yeah. I know. What is this, yeah? I'm just 18 and a half, and you are doing this. Come on, yeah. 4 months elder to you now, you will say like this. Okay, anyways. Okay. Yeah, Rohit, correct. So, school days. According to you, you are saying best days. Okay. But while you were in that days, did you realize this is the best moment of our life? I hope you are understanding. Right. So that is how it works. We don't know what is the best and what is the worst while we are in that moment. We get to know about it only when it is gone. And I think it was there part of your syllabus also, that it is called as the turning point. So when we will intervene in the market, we will intervene either at the time of recovery or at the time of recession. Sir, we understand at the time of recession because we want growth. Why at the time of recovery? Already things are going great. You know why we will try to pull it down? See, it is not about pulling it down. At the time of recovery, we will try to reduce the level of inflation in the economy. Do you buy this? Yeah. Do you think it's a required measurement? Because see, let's accept the fact recovery will bring inflation in the market. Recovery will bring inflation in the market. Because if every company is going up, see, if companies are going up, right, it is going up. So that means it will bring more of prosperity, more of companies, more employees, more income. More income means more money supply. More money supply means inflation will increase. Comfortable with this part, what I am saying? So we don't want excessive inflation. So at the time of recovery, we need to intervene so that we can control the level of inflation. Similarly, at the time of recession, we will intervene so that we can uplift the economy. So in both the segments, we need to intervene. Comfortable with this part? So let's talk about that. So how we are going to use our channels that we are going to study now. Analytics of monetary policy means what? It is made up of 5 different channels. How many channels, friends? 5 different channels. Will you try by hearting the names with me? Okay, see, I have this by heart. Okay, so I am expecting same thing from you also. First thing is called as interest rate channel. Now, what is this channel? I'll help you with one example. How RBI is going to use interest rate at the time of recovery and at the time of recession in order to control the level of inflation and economic growth. So when RBI is using interest rate as a tool, then it will be called as what? It will be called as interest rate channel. Sounds okay to all of you? Okay. Second one will be exchange rate channel. What is the second one? Exchange rate channel. What was the first one, guys? Interest rate channel. Second one is exchange rate channel. Third one is credit channel or quantum channel. You remember it as quantum channel. Quantum channel. Quantum means credit availability. Quantum means credit availability. Comfortable with this? First one was what? Revise with me. Come on, start speaking. First one was interest rate channel. Very good. Second one is exchange rate channel. Very good, Haripriya. Third one is quantum rate channel. Yeah, very good, Chaitra. Fourth one is asset price channel. Fourth one is what? Asset price channel. What is the fourth one? Come on. Asset price channel. Again, repeating all the 4. First one was interest rate channel. Second one is exchange rate channel. Third one is quantum channel. Fourth one is asset price channel. Fifth one is expectations channel. What is the fifth one? Expectations channel. Okay. So for the last time, all the 5 in one go. First one is interest rate channel, exchange rate channel, quantum channel, asset price channel, and fifth one is expectations channel. Now, what do these channels actually highlight? We are going to understand one by one. Okay, so let's begin, friends, and we will try to remember all the concepts in this explanation itself. So you have to copy down whatever I'm writing here. So in analytics of monetary policy, the first channel that we are going to understand, it is called as interest rate channel. Now, when we talk about interest rate channel, when will the RBI intervene? So RBI will intervene either at the time of recovery or at the time of recession. Prosperity and depression, RBI will not intervene because that is the turning point. Hmm. What say Tanvi? Comfortable with this part? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Let's go ahead there. Now, the question here is very simple, friends. At the time of recovery, my main aim as RBI governor will be to reduce the level of inflation in the economy. In order to reduce the level of inflation in the economy, what will I do with the level of interest rate? Is the question. Will I decrease the level of interest rate or increase the level of interest rate? Okay, Tanishka, correct. Ankita, correct. Okay, Sai, correct. Afra, correct. The correct answer, friends. Vamshi, you're right. Charan, you're right. So here the interest rate will increase. How come, sir? See, you only think from your perspective. If interest rate is high, people think from middle class point of view. They will save more in the bank or less. They will save more in the banks. Yes or no? Because they are getting higher interest rate. They will be amazed. See, ask your parents, if you are getting 12% interest rate, what will you do? Will you, keep it in the bank or you will give me a new phone? They will tell you, who are you? We will, of course, keep it in the fixed deposit, 12% interest rate. Who will miss the opportunity? So, what will happen in this case? Can I say the people will be depositing more? Deposits will increase. See, if people deposit more in the banks, that means less of currency available in the market. Okay, do you understand this, guys? Currency availability less. Yeah. So if currency is less, what will happen to purchasing power in the economy? It will be low, correct? If purchasing power is low, aggregate demand will also be low. Do you agree to this? Now, if aggregate demand is low, think about it, okay? If aggregate demand is low in the market, to attract the customers, the sellers will decrease the level of price. If they decrease the level of price, it means what? Inflation will be under control. So to control the level of inflation, what will you do? You will increase the level of interest rate at the time of recovery. Please copy this part. I hope you understood this. Now, once you have understood the left side, the right side becomes much more simpler for us. At the time of recession, RBI will try to reduce the level of interest rate. And why so? Reducing the level of interest rate, that means it will reduce the level of deposits. If deposit is less, that means the currency holding will be high. If currency holding increases, that means what? That means people will go and demand more because aggregate demand goes on increasing. If aggregate demand goes on increasing, students, the producers will try to produce more. So they will increase their level of investment so that their production can also increase. If production and investment increases, students, what will happen? The level of employment in the economy will increase. If level of employment increases, if level of production increases, level of investment increases, that means there will be economic growth in the country. So for bringing economic growth, RBI will reduce the level of interest rate at the time of recession. That's the idea. Understood, friends? Done, friends? Yes, Mohammed Safi, they definitely plan it. If there is recession or economic growth required in the country, then accordingly they will, you know, make the changes. What about inflation in recession? In recession, Charan, we don't usually experience inflation because companies are already making losses. So when they are making losses, they will never increase the price. They will always try to reduce the price and sell it in the market. In the last year when we were experiencing recession in Indian economy due to COVID crisis. So at that time, the car prices started falling, real estate started falling, right? So RBI had to intervene, reduce the interest rate so that people buy more. Correct, no? How much will they increase or yes, Someshwar. Depending upon the target that we are doing for the level of growth, we will reduce. Ideally, it happens from 250 basis points. 250 basis points is 0.25%. It starts from that. Then it might go up to maybe 0.75 or 1% also. But even a 0.5% change, let's suppose I will take one example. Uh, right now, let's suppose banks are offering 7% interest rate on FD. Now they increase that by 0.5%. So 7.5%. Now Indian depositors, now we are getting 7.5%. Now let's convert our cash balance into deposits. So automatically the money in the people's hand got restricted, got reduced. That's how, RBI will try to influence. I hope that makes sense. Which is the best phase to be, prosperity or recession? Danish, I think recovery is the best phase, right? Because if you're on prosperity, then the next step is, of course, fall. So we should never attain prosperity. We should always be growing. Right. Next, write down point number 2. Exchange rate channel. Yes, Ronak. That is also part of recovery. Then. Exchange rate channel. Now, this is going to be slightly critical, not difficult. Recovery and recession. Be careful while understanding this. See, first of all, students, do you understand what is appreciation of currency and depreciation of currency? In FM, I think you must have learned that, right? So, if $1 is equal to 75 rupees, if this becomes $1 is equal to 70 rupees or 80 rupees, 70 rupees, it is called as appreciation. And 80 rupees means our currency has depreciated. It is called as depreciation. Do you agree to this? Okay. The question here is, then Sri Nandini, RBI will try to do something else. And in recession, RBI doesn't want people to, save. So they will try to influence the level of spending by some or the other means. Exchange rate channel. Now, the question here is, what will RBI do with the level of exchange rate? Will it try to appreciate or depreciate the exchange rate at the time of recovery is our question. And why would we do that? In order to influence our level of exports and imports. I repeat, we are trying to influence the level of exports and imports with the help of appreciation or depreciation of currency. Are you getting this? See, at the time of recovery, the prices are high. So we want to reduce the price. We want to control the inflation, right? So controlling the inflation when it is possible, when you export less and you import more. Think about this. Do you agree to this? When you export less, see, all of you are exporters. If you are going on selling more and more outside India, there will be scarcity in the country. I repeat, okay? All of you are who? Speak. Exporters. If you are selling outside India, in India it will be scarcity. Now, because of this scarcity, the prices will go on increasing. If I want to control the price, come on, what do I need to do? Stop you from exporting. I will try to reduce the exports. On the contrary, I will bring your competitors in India. I will bring more competitors to you so that you come into competition and reduce the price. If you increase the price of sugar, I will import sugar from abroad at a lower price so that you also reduce your price. If you increase the price of clothes, I will import clothes from abroad so that you compete with them, reduce the price of clothes in India. Yes or no? So I will control the level of exports and increase the level of imports. But when is that possible? When we appreciate our currency or appreciate our currency? Think about it. When will you be discouraged as an exporter? See, if I depreciate the currency, you will start dancing. Because you will get more money, right? Yes, Lakshay, you are absolutely right. So when I appreciate, and if you are selling, so earlier you were selling worth $1, you were getting 75. Now, if you sell worth $1, you will be getting only 70. If your total turnover of $1 crore, you were earlier getting 75 crore rupees. Now you will be getting only 70 crore rupees. Will you still do business at 5 crore rupees loss? You will start selling in India only. See, understand from exporter's point of view. Getting this? So from an exporter's point of view, if the currency rate appreciates, I am not interested in exporting. But at the same time, when the currency rate appreciates, at that time, don't you think imports will increase? Currency rate, $1 is equal to, now it is only 70 rupees. That means Apple iPhone will become cheaper. Earlier, when we were buying Apple iPhone, $1 was equal to 75 rupees. So I was paying, let's suppose, $1,000. $1,000 means 75,000 rupees. Now I have to pay only 70 rupees per dollar. So it will cost me 70,000. I'm saving 5,000 rupees. My imports will increase. Are you getting this? So increasing the level of imports and reducing the level of exports, can I say it will increase the level of availability of goods in the country? Availability of goods will increase. If availability of goods are increasing, the price has to come down. If the price comes down, that means there will be fall in inflation. So moral of the story, to reduce the level of inflation at the time of recovery, we will appreciate our exchange rate. Clear with this part? Tanishka, you have asked a very good question. How this value of dollar versus rupee change? But that is part of chapter 4. So I would please excuse me from this doubt. That I will explain you. That's a promise. But right now it's not the right time. Because if there are too many concepts coming directly into your head, you will unnecessarily get confused. Yes, Rishabh. Now, this one I'll give you a hint, but rest of the part you have to do it on your own. On the flip side, what to do? Can you fill that? I will keep the places empty what you have to fill. Try it. No, at the max we will go wrong. What else? Right? My question to you is, what will RBI do with the level of exchange rate at the time of recession in order to influence exports and imports, and how? So export and imports, if they change, what will happen to the level of investment in the country? What will happen to the level of GDP growth in the country is what I want to know from you. Can you fill in this data? Yes, Tanishka, that's correct. Okay, Mahalakshmi, that's correct. Yes, Himanshu. Correct, friends. Yeah, absolutely right. Stunning. Not even all of you, without any exception, have given the right answer. See, what you are saying is, sir, we will depreciate our exchange rate. That means $1 we will make 80 rupees. Now, when you make 80 rupees, exports will increase and imports will reduce. And my dear friends, whenever exports are greater than imports, in national income you have studied, our GDP will rise. C plus I plus G plus X minus M. Exports are greater than imports. It will have a positive impact on our GDP, on our national income. So that means the investment as well as the GDP will rise. So in order to increase the level of GDP, we depreciate the exchange rate. But excuse me, that doesn't mean we will go on depreciating our currency and make $1 is equal to 1,000 rupees. This is an extreme measure adopted only at the time of recession. And remember, in India, it was adopted only once in the year 1991 when we were going for globalization. At that time, we wanted to expand our exports and reduce our imports. So, our finance minister at that time, Manmohan Singh ji, went for this, which is called as depreciating our currency with the help of RBI. Are you very clear in this, friends? Next point, third one. By the way, we have completed two instruments so far. First one was interest rate channel. Second one is exchange rate channel. Third one is quantum channel. Maybe this is the last one that we are going to study today. Quantum channel. Now, students, it is also called as credit channel or balance sheet channel. Yes, yeah, Lakshya, I agree. Credit channel or balance sheet channel. Now, what do you mean by this quantum channel, credit channel, or balance sheet channel? There are two parts here. One is the recovery, the other one is the recession. When I am saying quantum channel, credit channel, it is basically availability of credit. At the time of recovery, if there is, you are expecting inflation in the market. Think from RBI's point of view, if you are expecting inflation in the Indian economy, will you still give credit to everyone? Like take it, Luto. Will you do it like that? At that time, you will try to reduce the availability of credit. Yes or no? Sir, why is this so? Because less of credit available, that means it will reduce the level of expansion in the economy. If it reduces the level of expansion in the economy, that means the income which is generated will also be less. If income generation is less in the economy, that will reduce the level of money availability in the country. That is nothing but money supply in the country will be less. Credit is less, so money supply is less. You know this already. We have studied in unit number 2. If money supply is less, what will happen? People will not be buying. So people, that is the sellers, will try to reduce the price in order to attract more consumers. In order to attract consumers, they reduce the price. If they reduce the price, that means what? Inflation will be under control. So moral of the story is to reduce the level of inflation at the time of recovery. RBI will reduce the availability of credit. Now the question is, how will RBI do this? RBI will increase the interest rate. RBI will increase the level of CRR, SLR, etc., etc. Are you understanding? So then you could have written interest rate, no? I did not want you to get confused between point number 1 and 3. See, what's the difference between point number 1 and 3? 1 was always from depositor's point of view. Just check it, no problem. 1 is from depositor's point of view. But third one, I took it from investor's point of view. So 1 is affecting the depositors, 3 is affecting the borrowers. Do you understand the difference? Sure, right? And next one, students, the last part for the day. At the time of recession, and this is quite obvious. This is very recent, in fact. In the last year, students, RBI has, tried to give more of credit to all the investors, startups. RBI is giving credit like anything today. Why? Why is availability of credit increased in the market? Because we don't want to go into recession. We want to come out of it. See, if there is higher level of credit availability, if let's suppose, Mukilan is looking out for job, RBI says, Mukilan, don't go for job. I will give you credit. Start your own business. He will be more than happy. So Mukilan, rather than getting employed, he has created employment for 10 other people. Yes or no? Earlier, he was planning to feed only one family. Today, he is having an opportunity to feed 11 families, one his own and 10 other employees' family. Thanks to him. And that is possible only when you got loan credit from RBI. Yes or no? So availability of credit, if it increases, people will increase the level of investments. Friends, I hope now you understand the meaning of investment. It is investment in business. What money keep in bank, it is not investment. That is called as savings. Savings are different. Investments are different. Okay. From, don't think like a layman. From a general public point of view. General public, savings is investment. No, it's crime in economics. Okay. Savings is what you park your money. And investment is when you take risk. When you keep in bank, there is no risk, Baba. Okay. So investment increases. If investment increases, that means the production and employment will also increase. And if this happens, can I say there will be economic growth in the country? So in order to derive economic growth in the country at the time of recession, we will increase the level of availability of credit. I hope, friends, you are very clear in this. That completes our very important part, quantum channel. 3 instruments we have understood, or 3 channels we have understood. First one was interest rate channel. Next one is exchange rate channel. Third one is quantum channel. Very, very, very clear in this. Just giving you a quick overview of whatever we have covered today. We completed unit number 2. Correct? In unit number 2, students, we have completed today determinants of money supply and money multiplier. And we understood how government affects our money supply. That is fine. We started with unit number 3, that is monetary policy. We understood meaning and objectives of monetary policy. Analytics of monetary policy, we started. We are midway. We have already completed 3. We are left with 2 that we shall be doing in the next lecture. But before coming to next lecture, just a small request to all of you. Just revise these 3 points and come. Only these 3 points you have to revise. Fair enough? So, all right, that's it from my side. Thank you so much. This is Chirag sir signing off. I'll see you again in the next lecture. God bless you all. Bye bye. Take care. Jai Hind, Jai Economics. Okay, thank you.